Hello there, everyone. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald, bringing Gemini their love reading for the week of January 9th through the 16th, 2023. As always, I have used the traditional Rider-Waite deck for the reading for this week. First and foremost, stepping into the energy for the 9th and 10th, which is today and tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. The two cards that we got out of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles coming in with Justice. Now notice these two cards both have scales in them. So you could be dealing with a Libra, okay, Gemini? I'm really feeling like whatever is happening here, there's definitely going to be bringing a sense of balance back to you as you seek out this justice, or maybe you didn't seek it out at all. We are in the middle of this Mercury retrograde. You probably have somebody creeping back in here is what I'm really feeling, because the phrase "what goes around comes around" kind of comes in with this. And so I feel like for you, this is like an easy decision. You're like, no, I'm good. It's an easy decision on your part that you are going to tell this person, no, thank you, thanks, but no thanks. Like, I jumped off that ride. It was making me sick to my stomach, and I no longer want to be on that ride. And so you are not wanting to be back together with this person or have anything to do with this person, really. So I just feel with this Six of Pentacles, it's more like you can grovel all you want, but you're not going to be back with this. And so, I feel like you just want to have this person leave you be. But I think ultimately, I do see that you may even accept some sort of an invitation for a dinner with this person. I feel like it's more of some sort of a sympathy dinner, whether this person is actually going through a very difficult time in their life right now. Maybe they did go through a breakup, or they had a loss in their family. Something like that is happening. And I just feel like you ultimately are like, okay, I'm going to be there for that person. I feel like ultimately you guys get together, have a dinner, and you get the apology that you deserve from this person, which you've been wanting. So there's a great thing. And I do feel ultimately you're like, yeah, it's a great dinner. We have a decent time. I feel like, you ultimately kind of commiserate with this person, right? Where you show this person empathy, you've been in this situation. And so I just feel like it helps this person to know, or to have somebody extend some sympathy, and knowing that, hey, I'm here for you. I've also been through this, and I'm on the other side of that. So ultimately you will also get through this. And unfortunately, it's not a comfortable feeling to be in that current situation. And so you're just saying, hey, I know you're not alone. And so that's really nice for that person to know. I also think that this person might come into some sort of realization. Maybe if it's someone who's going through a breakup, maybe they went through some similar circumstances, and maybe it's something that they've done to you. I just feel like there's some sort of dynamic there, and that's where some of the apology kind of comes in with that like, hey, I really didn't like how that felt, and so I'm just going to extend that to you and let you know that I see the error in my ways, and I'm going to try to change that and not do that any longer, because I don't like the way that makes me feel. And so, that's really ultimately what I feel with that. Nothing bad coming about with that. You definitely get a nice meal out of it, and, ultimately have a good time. So, moving into the 11th and 12th, Wednesday, Thursday, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, what do I hear with this? This is funny, because we know the Knight of Swords comes in very impulsive. This is fast-moving energy. I hear the song Miley Cyrus, Wrecking Ball. So comes in like a wrecking ball. So the 11th and 12th can be a little bit dicey, I think, for you. I think ultimately this is going to be about communication. Okay, so really focus on your communication. I think that there's going to be a possibility of you maybe jumping to conclusions really quickly in conversations, just in regular everyday discussions. And so, I feel like it's important for you to be careful in regular discussions and choosing your words wisely. You could find yourself jumping to conclusions. So there's a need for you to be discreet, right? And careful in how you choose those words, because I think that what you're saying might ultimately cause some sort of an argument, or it could easily offend somebody. And that's really what I see with the Knight of Swords. Whether that's in a relationship, could even be in the workplace. But I think ultimately, I feel like there's a communication issue within a relationship that you have. So 13th and 14th, we have Friday, Saturday, Queen of Wands. Now, I want you to take a note here of the Queen of Wands. I love this because I love the sunflower, right? I love sunflowers. They grow to the light, and so we're overcoming difficulty. But we also have in here the black cat. Now, that to me tells me, I love black cats. I used to have a black cat. My black cat, Eminem, ran away. I think somebody was feeding him better food than me. But anyway, it was a long time ago. Queen of Wands, I digress. The black cat in this, I think, is very symbolic of the fact that you are divinely protected, right? And so, it's coincidentally something that I want to point out here with this too. I get a sense that this is, even though the Queen of Wands is showing up here for us, I feel like this sense of a moon card. So if you are familiar with the tarot, the moon card is like the wolf is howling at the moon, and we have the scorpion coming up out of the water. This is very much about hidden emotions, hidden things coming to the light, coming to the surface of the water. And so I feel like, I heard this phrase like bad moon rising with this. And so I feel like there could be some sort of a shocking revelation. Whether you find out somebody's lying to you, cheating on you, just know with that black cat in this card that you are divinely protected. Now, it's going to feel yucky, okay? I'm not going to lie. You're going to feel like this is the end. This is the beginning of the end. That's cataclysmic, right? Like a hurricane rock you to your core, okay? You definitely are going to feel this. You're probably going to dread having some sort of a confrontation with this person that wronged you. But you ultimately have to have that, right? Because when you look at the Queen of Wands, I notice in the center, which I can't focus this very well on the camera. My camera's not that great. I'm sorry. But in the center of the chest here on the card, you can see it looks like a little red heart. And what Spirit said to me was Queen of Hearts. Okay, so when you look at this card, this Queen of Wands is like the Queen of Hearts, right? Like, the Queen of Hearts is symbolic for strength and for power, and even like the Queen of Wands, commanding presence, right? And so you have to have this conversation, right? There's a risk involved. You're kind of tempted by fate here, but this Queen of Wands loves fiercely, loves themselves fiercely, and fiercely protects the ones that they love as well. And so, with this, you will have to have a conversation with that person about what's going on, or even if you're just sensing that. Maybe you have no proof that this person is doing these things, but I feel like there's an inkling that you have. Maybe you have some sort of proof that's kind of coming to the surface on the 13th and 14th, which is Friday, Saturday. And you'll really have to kind of, have that coming to a head where you're going to have a conversation about that. No worries, okay? Queen of Wands, divinely protected, okay? That cat, divinely protected. All will be well. That ends well, right? Okay, so moving into Monday. That was Friday, Saturday, 13th, 14th. Okay, and then Sunday, Monday, the 15th and 16th, we have the Nine of Cups coming out with the Queen of Swords. So like wishes fulfilled, but cutting out the crap, right? And so with this, I really feel, the energy that comes in with this is a feeling of just wanting to give up, right? Wanting to quit on something. Okay, so maybe it's something that you've been working on for a while. Maybe wanting to give up on a relationship, right? Really feeling like this is a promise maybe that you made to yourself that you have to remind yourself of, right? Maybe it's a promise that you made to somebody else, okay? You gave somebody your word, okay? So yes, things look scattered. Things look like they're not going to come together. Maybe it's you, yourself, your energy, your own energy. You're feeling like you're scatterbrained, or your energy is scattered into a million different directions because you can't just focus on the thing that you need to focus on or want to focus on, right? But understand that, what I'm hearing with this, it's a song by Josh Groban, and it's "You Raised Me Up When I Am Broken." Okay, so it's Josh Groban. And it sounds, when you listen to it, it's really slow. It starts out, it reminds me of the song of like the Titanic. But this is really speaking to and attesting to our inner spirit and our inner happiness, right? If you were to give up now on this, it's not going to make you happy, right? And so we have to really be able to tap into that inner strength and know that there are forces beyond our control that are there to help us, to carry us when we are feeling weak. Okay, so call upon your higher power, call upon your vision, right? Who is it that you emulate? Who is it that you can rely on at this time? And really start to focus more on that and stop focusing so much on, gosh, it's really hard right now, right? Honor that, honor those feelings, right? But when we start to focus on that and dwell on that, it can spiral us down, right? And it starts to lower our vibe. So remember, we have a vision and we're doing this for a reason, and really start to focus on this promise that you made to yourself or to that person that means a lot to you. And where's the weight in that? And so then start to maybe think about, where is it that I can kind of trim the fat, right, so to speak. Maybe you do have a million things going on and your energy is scattered, and you really need to focus that energy into this one thing that's super important to you. So where is it that you can start to get rid of these tasks or delegate these tasks that are kind of lingering in your energy, or prioritize those tasks, right? Because if you have a million things going on in the day, and then the thing that's most important is the last thing that gets your energy for the day, is it really getting the best of you anyways? So you really have to kind of look for those things, because once you're able to focus your energy, that's when you get what you deserve, okay? And then overall advice for you, Gemini, we have Seven of Wands, coming out with Knight of Pentacles. Now, yes, this will be a time for you, a testing time, a trying time, but nobody's perfect, not even you, right? So this is going to be a time for you to be patient with yourself, to be patient with your partner, with your peers, and with others, right? And this is a time for you to stand your ground. When you're given the opportunity to stand your ground, do so. You know what's best for you. So, I really feel like when push comes to shove, don't allow yourself to be pushed around. Don't let things fall by the wayside for the sake of preventing an argument, right? Really rise to the occasion. Let it be known what you will and won't tolerate, okay? Take time with this Knight of Pentacles. Take the time to work these things out, okay? And be willing to put in the work, okay? Because you know what's important to you. You know what you will and will not compromise on when it comes to love. And, really ask yourself, at what cost is this happening for me and to me? And at what cost will this come in for me and work out for me, right? When we look at the Pentacles, we're talking about what cost, and you know your worth ultimately, right? And so again, it's about knowing what can go and what you won't compromise on. So you know what is important to you, and you know what is best for your life. And so I encourage you to be bold and to follow that. And so I hope that this resonates with you in some way, shape, or form, Gemini. As always, I will be back with another read for you again soon. If you're looking for your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can book a session with me at the square site below, pinned in the description box below here on the YouTube, or at the top of the page on my Enchanted Emerald page on Facebook. Hit me up in the messenger, or you can simply email me at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com. If you feel like you want to comment, let me know how this resonates for you. I'd love to hear from you guys. Okay? And as always, take care.